Chauvin. I believe that's how you say his name, Chow. If you guys don't remember, Derek Chauvin is
The Bati boy.
Derek Chauvin is the ex-police officer or police officer. I don't know if he even got fired, but he's the guy that the gentleman that killed George Floyd.
George Floyd, yeah.
Today was the first day of the trial. I was watching some of it on television earlier. It actually got cut early. They sent the jury home, and they're going to pick it up tomorrow because in the middle of one of the eyewitnesses' testimonies, I guess from the judge's point of view, he was too much putting in his own personal input. I didn't see it that way. But coincidentally enough, which was weird, as soon as they dismissed the jury to talk to him, because, they got to dismiss the jury when they're going to, when they're going to converse or whatever. Mm-hmm. As soon as they dismissed the jury to talk to him, they claimed that the television where George Floyd's family was watching the trial from, the internet connection or whatever something went wrong. And that they didn't feel good about continuing the trial without his family being able to see, which is understandable. You know what I mean?
Word.
But to me, it just seemed mad fishy that all that happened right at the moment, because the coincidentally enough, the guy that was called to the stand at the moment also happens to be a professionally trained mixed martial artist. He's a black guy. And so he knows a lot about chokeholds and choking and and what they call a blood choke and how long it is until, while choking someone before they die. Mm-hmm. So this is what they were questioning him on. And while they were questioning him, they were playing the video, of the incident that happened. And he was describing, and obviously he was getting a little bit emotional, because this was something that he witnessed. He stood there and saw it. Now, 9-10 months later, he has to come be on part of a trial of this thing that was like such a polarizing. And so while watching the video, he kind of stopped to tell them, like, yeah, what you see them doing to him right now is him doing this with his neck, is him trying to move his head so that he can create a airway so he can breathe. And the officer is preventing him from doing so because he has his knee on his neck. And the minute this guy said this, it's like the court went nuts and they dismissed the jury, and the judge went and started telling him, like, well, you can't put your own personal. And he was so confused because he's like, yo, y'all asked me to give y'all my professional thing of what I'm seeing, and that is what I'm telling you. And they just made this big deal out of it and were like, oh, no, you're putting too much of your own emotions. And he's just like, dude, I'm just telling you. And then coincidentally, that's when they claimed that the thing. So already I'm kind of seeing where this is going. And I'm like, because here's my thing, and I'm about to get y'all's opinion, right? But just like we were talking about with the situation with the gentleman that shot up the supermarket in Colorado, can we not admit at this point in life with our modern society that we're at a point, especially with the technology that we have where people can record and we see everything? Are we not at a point where a trial is not necessary for certain things? I'm sitting there today and I'm really watching this trial and watching the video and I'm seeing it. And I'm watching the video for, I haven't watched it in a couple months. And I'm like, yo, this is blatant murder. This guy, you can hear in the video, George Floyd is saying, I cannot breathe. My stomach hurts, my leg hurts, everything. The man starts crying out for his mama. Like, he clearly is being murdered while and please don't blame the people that stood there recording, because make no mistake, if they had even tried to stop, that would have been them. Yeah, police 12 would have,
they would have been shot. Yeah, that would have been over.
So 3 police officers stand there while this man get murdered. And now we're having a trial to decipher a video there's about 5 different angles of this same video of something that we've all been seeing and watching for 10 months. And we have witnesses and all this for something that's plain as day. And this guy might actually walk. Well, I think he might walk because from the demeanor that I saw in this trial today.
He's definitely gonna walk. Ain't no question. Like
I don't know.
They're not gonna do nothing to this man. He's gonna walk. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? If he walks and we don't do nothing, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna be very disappointed because that's gonna make me want to go outside and start protesting, bro. For real,
it's getting crazy because
and it's to the point where we don't need to be protesting no more. This is bull.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. Is like at this point, like especially if he walks in this situation, which hopefully he doesn't, but if he does, something needs to change, bro. Like we gotta find some other angle to come at this situation outside of just protesting and complaining on the internet and shit like that, which even like I said, I'm just as much victim as anybody else of not doing nothing. But like I said, we have to figure out what there is to be done, because this is getting kind of ridiculous. Because say what you want about police brutality or police reform, whatever, or the police behavior, there's situations that are debatable. You know, you can say like, okay, so-and-so pulled, he had a weapon on him, the cop was scared. This George Floyd incident is a very isolated, specific kind of situation. You know what I mean? Especially when you watch this video and you like, it's blatant murder, no type of way. Even if you want to take race out of it, even if when you say, okay, homeboy's not racist, he didn't kill George Floyd because he's black. It's murder. The man had his, you know, murder, yeah. So Clay, I'm gonna ask you.
Oh, good.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that with him. I mean, there's no reason at all he should walk with like just a slap on the wrist, or just even if they said, oh, probation or this, that, and the other. Because like you know what I'm saying, somebody can go out driving, maybe, you know what I'm saying, smoke a little bit of weed or something like that, drive and kill somebody, and they're gonna get manslaughter. They didn't mean to kill them, but they're gonna get manslaughter, right? There's other situations. I think this kid, he was play wrestling with his cousin or something like that, little girl.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Did a pile driver or whatever, broke her neck and she died. The nigga got manslaughter. He went to prison. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These situations, they need to be held accountable as well, bro. Like, these are people's lives you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So if you kill somebody, you murder, you're gonna have to deal with the consequences. You know what I mean? Yeah, gonna have to deal with the consequences, just like everybody else. That's what I think. People just need to be held accountable. I don't care if they're a cop, a judge themselves, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? If gotta be held accountable if you're taking somebody's life.
Or Clay, what you thinking? Like, well, how you? What
was the question you were gonna ask me? My bad.
Yeah, so basically, what I'm asking is like, or like I was saying, from my point of view, certain situations like this, where the evidence is so prominent, I would say, I guess is the best word. Like, it's so huge that why is it that a trial or witnesses or trying to, because from what I saw today, I felt like they were trying to manipulate or edit his point of view and how he was trying to bring his testimony, because he was like, dude, I'm just telling you how I saw it and what I'm seeing. He's clearly trying to move his head to at least be able to breathe.
No, that's a
and
fact.
You're preventing him from even be able to move his neck.
And you know, so crazy. I think of two things. One, just like you said, in terms of why is there a trial?
Right.
When we watch basketball and nigga goes for a layup, motherfucker gets smacked on his hand, gets smacked on his face, and everybody sees it. Nigga, that's a foul.
Right.
It's a foul. You wrong. Whether you meant to do it or not, you smack the nigga in the face, smack one, it's foul. You wrong. Right. I feel like it should be the same thing with this trial. Like, we literally went through weeks and months of protests and all these different movements and people donating money to the NAACP and all these BLM movements and stuff like that to do what? To be sitting here talking about it like we talking about it right now. Like, it's kind of a mockery in a sense, bro. That's why I said, like, if there's not going to be any real justice, then we got to do something. And if it's not going to be something violent, which I'm not going to sit here and persuade nobody to do nothing violent. I ain't here to do that. But goddamn, we need to go back to Africa or something. We need to go back to the motherland.
That's all I be saying.
And figure it out, because we don't need to be here.
Akon, what's up? Akon City.
We don't need to be here. Yeah, Akon over there building shit for us to go back, bro. It's written for us to go back. I think it's time, because
I said, in my opinion, I completely understand what you're saying, but in my opinion, I feel like this land of America is our land just as much as it is any white Americans or any police officer, whoever.
No, I believe so too.
Instead of us using even people like Akon, I get Akon's African or whatever he is, but it's like, dude, instead of using your money to go improve a country where your people is treated greatly, or people that look like us are treated fine. Granted, Africa has its own problems with genocide and whatever, but why we can't use our resources and whatever to change shit here, bro, so that we can see where we gonna let them run us out of America out of fear of police? That's ridiculous, man.
That is a fact too.
There's so much things that could be that needs to be changed and could be changed if the right things happen.
We gotta get.
And I was gonna say, and that's what makes niggas like us who don't have no power want to run, because nigga, it's like, yo, what these people with power, what are they really doing? They're not doing nothing. Everybody quiet as shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but it may be because they really don't like have no real power. I believe, like, you know what I'm saying, people like us need to get in more position of power. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when they say like judges, like we need more black judges, because you
Right.
see judges now. There's plenty, millions of judges. I don't know how much judges there is in America, but most of the judges, I'm sure, are older white men. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
not even going to research that. I'm just going off the limb saying that it is, and from what I see, but that's what it looks like. And you know what I mean? And with a case like this, I guarantee the case is in Derek Chauvin's, probably his hometown or something like that, right? I would think that's where they're gonna do the case. Now, if the judge is doing the case there, these courts, bro, they like know each other. Everybody's gonna know each other. You know what I mean? The cops gonna
Right.
know a few people. These people gonna know the judge. So they all linked, bro. So I mean, it's obviously it's gonna be more on Derek Chauvin's side. You know what I mean? So like, they're gonna do whatever it takes
back to what we were saying,
you know
because
what I
in
mean?
my opinion, like, okay, a murder, obviously any kind of thing, and I'm glad that they classified it as a murder at least, because let's face it, they could have straight up just said that that was police protocol, and I mean, what happens. But at least he was charged with murder, and okay, I get it. Any time a murder happens in this country, we should be thankful that we have investigations, that there's a fair trial, that we make sure we put away who's supposed to be. But again, I feel like that should apply in a situation. Yeah, murder happens in a house where only 3 people, nobody saw, there was no cat. This whole thing was documented from the moment he was apprehended by the police to even up to seconds after he was dead.
To when he took his last breath.
Yeah. Facts. Even in the video, even when you have people in the audience or bystanders saying, "Yo, check his pulse, check his pulse. He clearly cannot breathe. He's up off him." And even with that, it's like, and I believe the reason why what they were waiting for was what they was waiting for the ambulance to show up, because
something.
Because
but I heard even one of the
put him in the
back of the police car. I don't get that either, and I questioned that one time too. And then it's funny because there was a woman who was one of the bystanders, and I read on Twitter today that she was saying that while she was there, like, she was trying to call the cops on the cops. Like, and she didn't even realize that she was calling the cops on the cops until she really looked at homie badge and was like, wait, but that is the cop. Like, because she thought it was like a security guard, like trying to kill George. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just crazy, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and several people were saying, like, around several people that I think they called, including the guy that they had to talk to. I believe they called 3 witnesses to the stand, and people were saying, and another thing, I believe the number, they said it was like 8 minutes or something before. Now they find out he actually had his knee on his neck for over 9 minutes, 9 minutes and 20 something seconds. Crazy. Could you imagine having your knee on someone's neck and the debate is, right? Yes, George Floyd died, he was murdered. I guess what the debate is, what the actual trial is about, is did Derek Chauvin know he was killing him, right?
That's
because you can say that but again, as I'm saying, if this was okay, George Floyd, he died after 2 minutes, whatever. 9 minutes of your knee on someone's neck, you gotta, and plus them screaming, "I can't breathe," well, you gotta know you're killing them, bro. You gotta know you're killing them.
Yeah. And it's not even that. I don't care. I don't care what Derek Chauvin has to say. Whether, I didn't mean to kill him. Bro, your knee was on his neck for 9 minutes. I don't care if you're dumb enough to kill him by mistake with your knee on his neck, or if you really meant it. He needs to go to prison. He needs, you know what I'm saying? Like, he needs to be held accountable for this man's life. I don't care if he meant to kill him or if he didn't mean to kill him. If this man could have the purest heart of it all, he killed somebody. His knee was on his neck for 9 minutes. You have no like regard for this man's life if your knees on their neck for 5 minutes. You know what I mean? I mean 9 minutes, not even 5 minutes. 9 minutes. Bro.
And I want to say quickly too that, like, something that like, all right, Derek Chauvin, whatever you call, he's on trial. The police are, and this is why altogether police reform is important and police behavior is important, because let's keep in mind, 2 to 3 other police officers stood there and watched this happen.
And one of them was Asian.
Look at it, boom, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But protect them Asians though. But anyway, my thing is like, okay, everybody don't work somewhere. We don't all had co-workers. We didn't had camaraderie. We know what it's like. You know what I mean? That's your team. That's your homies. But I don't think there's no way. I don't care. Even if that was my brother that was there with me and we were both on duty, I'm not gonna sit there and watch you just kill somebody in front of me, dog.
Like, yo, ease up. You know, he let him
Ease
breathe.
up, bro. I'm like,
Let him breathe.
ease
Let
up
him breathe.
off of me. You know what I'm saying? The man is handcuffed on the floor
Yeah,
anyway. He's not gonna do
Like,
much. You know what I'm
let him
saying?
breathe.
Like, it's unbelievable, bro. And
For
it's
real.
unbelievable that this is something that you would have to go to court and argue, like, okay, was this wrong? Like, come on, man. There has to be a line that's like,
And
nah,
what I think
bro.
from what I see, just like when it comes to like videos of, you know, police brutality and stuff like that, the police force, it may work as, you know how like a frat, like a fraternity, you know how they are, like, you know what I'm saying, they maybe like you're a new frat and you see like an older frat doing some dumb stuff, but like you're a new frat, so you don't want to say nothing. That's what I'm thinking it is. But like, you know what I'm saying, like,
yeah, one of them did say, I believe one of the officers, it was his first like day or week or something.
Yeah.
Like,
So
he was very new to the job.
Hearing that.
Yeah,
But
you're not.
bro, like,
I don't want to hear that. But like,
yeah,
it's no excuse, but it is a point. But that, like you said, that is something that police reform. That's why we need that to kill that. You know what I'm saying? Dead that.
We
like,
can't just
that fraternity
wait
way.
until they murder somebody, then put them on trial, and then and that be because not only it seems is the problem that they're out here killing us or, you know, wrongfully killing people, but their co-workers are allowing them to do this. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Because at some point you got to step in. Especially, there's no situation that should require you to have your knee on someone's neck for over 9 minutes. That's already apprehended on the ground, handcuffed.
Yeah, facts. You need. I know your knee would hurt.
What's even more scary to me is, like, you know, this was something they did this blatantly in front of people, in front of cameras. You know what I mean? Like, this is some type of thing that you would think you'd hear about it and it would be like, okay, this happened in like the backwoods of Mississippi or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, this happened right there on the street in broad daylight in front of mad people recording.
It's crazy, and they going on trial for this.
Definitely sad. But the trial is going to continue tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. sharp. I encourage everybody, if you get the chance, they've been broadcasting it like on CNN and on the court TV.
You said 9:30 a.m.
9:30 a.m. and I'm pretty sure it'll go on well into the afternoon. So
what part of the trial is? I mean, like, is it
very beginning?
This very beginning, okay. The first.
Like today was the first day. So it's like opening. Yeah. Today was the opening arguments or opening comments. Both lawyers, the defense and the prosecutors, they said what they had to say, and then they interviewed about 3 witnesses. But like I said, they had to cut it short after, you know, with that one guy. So the judge dismissed the jury, and they're gonna pick it up tomorrow. But I encourage everybody to watch it, man, because I feel like we're definitely gonna see. It's a good thing to watch stuff like this because you'll see how court procedures like this play out. Because I think a lot of us, we tend to judge these situations and we tend to get riled up when they happen, especially when they first, but we never watch and see it through in the court proceedings. You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't really pay attention to that. We just pay attention to the verdict and we get mad about that. But bro, watch these court proceedings, man, because you'll learn a lot about how they treat us in court and how they try to manipulate testimonies in a certain way and how they won't allow the jury to hear certain things which are important things. You know what I'm saying? So definitely looking to see what happens. But just quickly, I'm gonna get y'all's opinion. But for me, I think it's definitely not going to be a conviction. I feel like they might let this guy walk. What about you, Clay? What you think?
I'm starting to feel the same way. I'm gonna pray every night for the Floyd family and you know, that the proceeding goes as it's supposed to. But
right.
Just off of the fact that it seems like they trying to, you know what I'm saying, they trying to, you know, take advantage and manipulate the situation, you know, because like you said, it's a mockery in itself, the fact that we're even in trial for this after, like I said, the huge impact that George Floyd's death had, you know what I'm saying, on the world, on, you know, black people in general. You know, it's almost like a mockery, man. It's honestly sad. So it better not go left.
Yeah, hopefully not, but we'll see. So Don, what about you? You think it's gonna be a conviction here or no?
So the way I put it, I believe he probably will get convicted. The thing is that the sentence, remember, they're gonna, you know, convict him guilty or not guilty. He's
Right.
probably gonna get
You
watch.
think
He's
he
gonna
will-
get
you-
he's gonna get guilty
You think he will
manslaughter.
be found guilty of murder?
He's not. They're not gonna convict him guilty of murder. They're not. I don't think he's gonna get convicted of murder. He's gonna get convicted of manslaughter, and he's gonna get a slap on the wrist, like a real light slap on the wrist, and then
like 2 years in
Yeah, it's gonna go left.
prison or some shit like that.
some crazy like that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's not gonna walk with nothing. They're not gonna let him walk with just nothing.
Or like,
Yeah,
or they're gonna
you know
give him
what
the 5. They're gonna give him the 5.
Yeah,
make it look
yeah.
good, and then he gonna get out in 2.5.
2-3
Exactly,
years after everything
That
calms
that's
down,
my
yeah.
that's
You know how
me.
that shit go.
That's still walking to me though. That's still
walking. That's
you know
a
what I'm saying?
fact.
So
Oh
he's-
yeah, that's
he's
still
gonna get a
walking,
little
especially
slap-
given the situation.
Yeah, he's gonna get a little
And
slap
yeah.
on the wrist and then walk.
And
You
what's
know when
really
he in
bad
there, he
about
gonna be
that-
on protective custody and all of that in
Right,
there,
right,
so
right.
niggas ain't gonna off him. So you already know, bro.
Right. And what's really crazy about that is that I feel like it's such a disservice to do that or to hand out these light punishments, because I feel like punishment or harsh punishment is what stops repetition of other people doing nonsense.
That's a
When
fact.
you see, especially if you grew up with siblings or cousins or whatever, or if you even just had been in a classroom, when you see your peers do something and get severely punished for it, you'll be surprised how it makes you think twice about, I don't think, a lot of reasons why these cops is doing this, I feel like, is because every time it happens, it's either a slap on the wrist or nothing at all. You know what I mean? So
no one's, and I think I've said this before, no one's being made an example of. But
Yeah, and like I said, they got that backing, bro. I mean, they got the judge in their pocket. The police deal with judges all the time. They're always in
Yeah, for
court.
sure.
So, I'm pretty sure a whole bunch of judges know Derek Chauvin personally. They've been around him, you know
Right.
what I mean? So all them judges got to do is just talk to the other judge, and you know what I'm saying? So this ain't even no conspiracy. This is real deal. You know what I
Real
mean?
deal.
Like, yeah,
Real
this
deal,
is
boy.
they know each other, you know what I mean? So he
Right.
got the judge in his pocket.
So we gonna see.
Black
We gonna
guys
see
pull
though.
up.
Let's pray that it doesn't go left, but it's not looking too good as of now. But